after the dark night of the soul,
Huh?
which is a very mystical topic, and most people
Yeah.
don't realize that, and so they apply that term to
Uh-huh.
just any time they feel it's a difficult time.
Right.
But
Sure.
a very specific intention there in his poem, and he was a mystic, and most people are not mystics.
Oh no.
And but I'll tell you the interesting thing, which is very um, suitable for the Navy SEALs, because
Yeah.
he was saying that we lose we lose the opportunity to merge with God because we're distracted by the things we enjoy,
Exactly. Yeah.
and we have to go through a darkness in which we deny ourselves all that, and we surrender completely to God. And if we can get through that, which is
Uh-huh.
a terrible blackness, we feel we're cut off from the thing we aspire to.
Yes. Yes.
Then after that, we achieve a oneness that we couldn't before because we had these obstacles. So that is exactly what the SEALs do on the physical, emotional level. That you suffer so
Yeah.
much,
Yes.
and you have to be able to embrace that and get through it to
Hmm.
come to a greater, uh, uh, to a much higher level of existence, because you are not because you jump out of a plane, but because you have eliminated your need to constantly be gratified and enjoy, and instead now you have the power to pursue an objective,
Right.
and even if it risks your life, right? And so there's a parallel there. But most people don't understand that this was a mystic, and what he meant by the dark night. Not that it was, oh my gosh, how woe is me, what happened? No, he was choosing it and saying it's necessary.
Right. And that's part of monasticism.
Yes.
Right. And a lot of times people like would come because I used, well, anyway, I can parallel it, but I don't want to digress. I want to get accomplish what you want to accomplish here.
Well, what do you want to accomplish?
Okay. Because I wanted to run a parallel, just 1 second, because
No, what do you want to accomplish by our being together now? What
yeah, I
we
wanted to understand. Really, I came here because I used to have these students who came out of Iraq and Iran, and when I taught them, they were still stuck in trauma, so they couldn't follow through. And I used to pull them through it because I had trauma and I understood. So I was fascinated by what you said about working, helping lights art therapy. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, so let's see what we do together.
Okay.
You're an interesting, very you're giving off light all the time, aren't you?
Well, because
You're
I believe that Jesus, see, Christians believe because they have Jesus in their heart, they are heir to the promises that were up to Abraham. And David, he got a promise that his descendant would rule eternally. And that's what, you know, that's one of the things that are okay. Are you on the canvas now?
now I'm on paper.
Okay,
Yeah.
go. Okay,
Okay.
all
And
right. Yeah.
we will play now with ideas and feelings that you have, beliefs that you have. See, I'm just going to, while you talk, I can uh, I can offer visuals for you so that you get to experience you you get to experience surprise that you say something and you didn't know how I would express it, but then when you see it, then you have the joy of creating with me.
Okay.
So,
So what do you want? What do you want me to do right now?
so you obviously, you clearly are giving off light. Do you feel that?
Do I feel like I'm giving off light?
Yes.
Um, well, yeah, I'll tell you. Uh, when I think about God, I feel like I'm giving off light. When I'm having a when I'm angry at something someone's done that's wrong, I don't feel like I'm giving off light. I'm just being honest, you know. So, well, that's why I talk to you about these God things about God and how is because I have to focus my life on the Word of God. You know what He says about He was the light and shine your light. I have to focus on that, or if I focus on what's going on in the world, because we don't want the darkness to overcome. See,
Right.
that's the whole
Right.
point of Jesus. It says, He says let your light shine and darkness cannot overcome it. So you got the darkness coming in now. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, we're making lots of darkness, aren't we?
Okay, but you see, let your light shine so they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. No man, when he has lit a candle, puts it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlelight, that they which come in may see the light. In other words, we got to shine the light so people can see, come to God, come to
Ah,
Jesus. And as a Christian, you come to Jesus, God through Jesus. See? But you see, because I have Jewish DNA, I like to think that really Jesus, which I believe is the Messiah, prophesied through David uh, as his descendant, that that we get Jesus living in us, and what it means is we get to be Jewish. That's what Christians really believe. See,
that you
because
get,
the Jews were the chosen children, and we're grafted in by the promises. That's what Paul says. All right, where's my dark? Okay, darkness. I see it.
we're getting dark.
I can see that.
We're getting dark. It definitely we're getting dark. Now, can you feel how it takes effort? Well, it doesn't take effort to be dark, but you can see how the energy in the world, it easily becomes dark,
Oh
right?
yes. Oh yes. And
Very
that's what's
easily.
happening in our world right now. It's like the darkness is, I mean, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but some kid in Hollywood is saying you have to assassinate the president. Well, that's a very dark statement. I'm
That is
sorry.
a very dark statement.
And
Yeah.
and he
So
doesn't even know it because he thinks he demonizes the president, and God is not demonizing any president. He's like saying the president is the antichrist and we have to get rid of him. He's making that kind of end time
so
analogy, which
see
is
how
very
even
dangerous.
when things are dark, someone can make them even darker.
Well, that's what's happening, progressively.
Yeah.
These children feel lost, that their dreams aren't coming true. They're struggling to getting laid off and all this stuff. And so they demonize the leaders, and you can go from a Democrat to a Republican, and in a global downturn your dreams may not come true because there's no trickle down in the economy. See, and that's the cruelty of people to force vulnerable young people to choose, to put an end of a life, because God is love, and it's not a good idea to go around killing people, because you're going to have to account for that in heaven.
So
That's
where are you in
love.
this? Where are
Okay,
you in this picture?
Well, I don't know. I guess I see some light seeping through the darkness.
All right, I'm going to put you right here.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to put you right there. There's a little bit of light called Jean.
Okay, it's good.
Okay, so Jean, you wanna spread your light,
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
and spread your light into the darkness. Jean spreads out light. Look at that. Whoa. Can you feel yourself as we do this?
Well, yes,
Living
because
your life?
see, this is my inner struggle. Am I gonna, hate the people who have been horrible to me or just love them because it's better energy to love them. That's why Jesus said, love your enemies, because you're not really working. Hatred is not part of God's, you know, it's not part of his nature. God is love. See, now, this is really beautiful. Now,
Can you feel yourself doing that, being that?
well, I try to do it.
What
You
could
know,
we add? Do you think we should add anything colorful to this, or it's enough
it's
just
up to you. You know what? You're the artist.
oh, this
Curious to see
I'm
what you're
I'm
gonna
I
do.
am expressing you. I am the hands and you are the desires, the inspirations.
Yeah. Any color that you want to put on there is fine with me. Be nice to put a little color in there. Yeah.
Any color is fine with. We could make a
I'm
song
just
out of that.
curious to see what color you're gonna put in there.
All right. All right. I'll tell you. I'm not even gonna, you won't even know. I'm gonna put it, it'll be a surprise.
Okay. Oh, yellow, that's good.
You know? Lots of this golden,
I was gonna say gold. That's interesting.
golden light.
Yeah, golden light.
That is Jean. And because she has such energy, it goes far. That light goes far. Look at that.
See, a lot of times when people try to be hateful, it's really because they're desperate for love. you know, I think a lot of it is just desperation.
And so are you a therapist? Do you deal with people who have these problems?
Well, here's the thing. See, for 15 years, I taught as an assistant teacher to a systematic theologian at Gordon Conwell Theological Seminary. So they would get these kids and they'd give them to me because I was an ELL teacher and I had a master's in theology, but they'd give them to me to help them to get through the program because a lot of times they would have blocks because they had trauma from post-traumatic disorder. So I would work them through it, but mainly because I was empathetic because I understood trauma. That's really nice.
See, that is when there's no darkness
Uh-huh.
and that you don't even need as much light.
That's amazing. What happened to the other one? Did you take it away or is this just part of it?
No, this is a new one.
Oh,
This is
you're making another? Yeah.
this is another one. All right. Here's the first one. See,
Yeah. Wow.
there we began with darkness. And here, this is what happens when you don't have to begin with such darkness. Isn't that interesting?
Yes. Well, that's what, they say that in heaven,
Yeah.
there's no darkness because God is the light. And see, his light is so strong, there's no darkness.
So how does that relate to the way you lived today in your uh have you given off light today?
Well, did I give off? Yes, I did. Oh, see, I go out and I outreach with the homeless in this town. Davis is a little university town, and my mother did it. She
Where is Davis? What state is that?
Northern California. I'm in California.
Um,
So, like I go to these out. My mother started an organization that became the food bank of the county. So, uh, so I go and I help with him. I say, I go back and say, can I help you get support? Yada 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 yada. And a lot of the people I'm finding in these places really have a lot of light. Some of
mm,
them, like one guy today, I saw him a second time, and he had something going on where he could barely focus. And I stopped and I deliberately said hello to him. I had to send out some of my books at the post office. I just ran into him. But some of these people have an extraordinary amount of light. And what I'm finding is the way our society is programmed for people to be functional and adaptive, they're not moving in the same wavelength at all. But it doesn't mean they lack intelligence. They're just focused on different things. See?
true, true. That's
Yeah.
right. We've added white,
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
white, and now a little golden light.
Yeah.
Some of Jean's golden light.
That is really nice of you. This is really nice. So now do you like when you said you for the Courage, you said it was the Courage Foundation?
Yes,
So you painted and then you auctioned your paintings?
yes, you'll see it in the video.
Oh, that's great. That's awfully good. I'm very happy to hear that.
And what do you do? I saw you wrote several books.
Well, yeah. And I sent you the panel discussion we did on your email and the typeset of the last one, which has a lot of photographs in it. Because I put a lot of photographs in my books because, hey, people are they learn visually growing up on the computer. So I get more Kindle sales because and it draws people into the message because some people, uh, if you give them a choice to listen to a lecture or view the lecture on YouTube, they're so oriented to learning on the computer, they want to see a YouTube. See? So that's how, teaching has changed in the last 20, since children start school at preschool with computers now. They're used to seeing the world through a camera, through,
Yes,
yeah, through their iPad or their, whatever, their computer or their phone. That's why that last book we did was The Digital Evangelist, is how to spread the light of God through your laptop or your phone or social media, how to do it successfully.
so has this time together, what has it done for you?
Oh, it's helped me a lot. It's like see, I knew you had an artistic approach and I was interested in it. And I think that it's helped me because, well, I really came in wanting to know how, if you were through art therapy, if you were able to move people through trauma. Would you
Ah,
say that's a goal of yours or just a byproduct?
I have not. I actually taught art in public schools in Jerusalem,
That's good. Yeah.
uh, including um, including special needs children, autistic,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and I couldn't reach them.
Well,
And so uh, I wouldn't say that I have had success in helping traumatized people through my art, but when I work with the veterans,
yes.
as you'll see in that video,
Uh-huh.
they felt that someone understood them. They felt
Yes,
that by my telling my story and using art, they were resonating deeply with what was happening.
sure.
But the real work is not. So I don't know people who've gotten great results in art, so they would have to be the ones you ask. But I know that what what the Navy SEALs commander does
Uh-huh.
is exactly what he does to us healthy people or us almost healthy people. It's
Right.
exactly what he does, what his trainers do in the Courage Foundation. It's all about breathing and detaching from
Yeah.
emotions
Right.
and controlling your mind.
Yeah. And
And
see,
so that's deep work that most people never get to.
oh, I know. And
Yeah.
see, these kids who are flipping out and trying to assassinate or violent, like the church in Beverly that I was in Beverly last year, Massachusetts, and the last week, it's a little, it's a little colonial town. Well, a kid just vandalized the church and burned it down, and now it's in the process of being built. And it's one of
Were you
those
there?
historic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
were you there in Beverly
yeah,
uh
last year.
last year? And was there something, did you go to a college that's in Beverly?
No, Gordon Conwell Seminary. I taught in the Boston campus, but I graduated from the South Hamilton campus. So I lived in Beverly a lot, but I would drive in with my professor to the Boston campus where I was his assistant
Uh,
teacher.
because
Yeah.
I was last week, Wednesday, there was a conference of pastors at
Where?
Gordon College.
Right. Yeah. And Carl
And
Dieter Chrisman is a pastor of Pilgrim Church, the one that burned down. And
mm,
he's a professor, instructor at Gordon College in technology.
mhm.
So
So
you went to Gordon College, and what was it about?
it was here, it's still here. It was a conference about for pastors,
Uh-huh.
helping them, giving them tools for their getting the word out.
Right, how to
Yeah.
evangelize. That's
Yes.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
And so I was there showing them this painting that you saw, and
That's a great painting.
suggesting to them that what I do is very powerful in bringing people to a self-discovery.
That's right.
And so, um, so far, I haven't yet gotten a response from them, but I showed it to them that they could include it in maybe a program.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let me ask you something. Can you remember any of the names of the pastors? Because I know quite a few in that area.
Mm, not,
That's okay. If you, yeah, but
yeah.
because I mean, but Pastor, that's why the book that I sent you, Pastor Bill Spencer and his wife Aida, who pastored Pilgrim that was vandalized and burned down. They were told by Christy Wilson, who was a famous, well, very famous in from Gordon Conwell Seminary, to start a church, a Presbyterian church for people on the margin. So all we did was outreach to the poor people because I mean they're all rich people there, and the rich people's churches would give them money and give them, if they were very, but they didn't. Pilgrim Church, they brought them in and they related to them. See, and they one on one with them. They had community meals with them. They prayed with them. They sang with them. They read the Bible with them. So these people grew out of a lot of crisis, because of that, because of the relational aspect. See, in little
So
towns
are
like,
you are you in any way a pastor?
No, I wasn't a pastor there, but I only did light work in that church. But I work closely with the pastors. See,
And what do you, um, and I met you on Monday night.
yeah, 12D. I find that an enormously interesting group of people. You know what they do? They do this march from Boston Common every year called Revive Boston. And they just march through the street and they have bands and all these Christians singing. And then they televise it. It's very interesting. And they're moving their church, but there's a building in Somerville, and it's part of that organization that gets people out of drugs. And that's where they were holding their church. I went a couple times to the actual church, and the pastor's home. He has Friday night meetings. They're very interesting people because they really one on one with the total down and out. People in there, and actually they're quite well to do, but they go right into these. They have people like the people who show up on that meeting. Linda, I mean, she's
Yeah.
had, as these people have been through everything, every kind of demonic aspect of things. It's fascinating to me. They they relate. They draw them in, and they relate to them, and then they start to heal through
Hmm.
coming into that meeting. It's like, if you have this. I love those guys that talked in the resurrection. I love those guys. That's why I wanted to come back. And you said those were people you knew from where were they?
From this group from the SEALs.
Yeah, see, I knew they had a military background. And I talked to the pastor because he checked out your website. We said, I mentioned
Yes.
I was going to go on. And I said, those people in the film talking about the resurrection, they were Christians. And he
Yeah.
nodded. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
fact that you're doing what they used to call ecumenical work, as,
Yeah.
see, that's what Rabbi Jim at Harvard does. I go on Harvard Hillel once. They have a Zoom meeting. It's wonderful. But Gordon Conwell and Harvard and Boston University. There's a Boston Theological Institute, and Peterson used to. I think he's still, but basically, yeah, you can go to Harvard Divinity or Gordon Conwell or Boston University, and you can take the classes, and they stay on the same income level, which is astronomical now. But you can do that and get credit through all those, and some of those are Jewish programs, which you probably know more of in the area than I do.
So right now, you
Yeah.
dressed in purple.
Yep.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
uh, what would you like? How would you like to finish this event with us?
It's up to you. If you want to add anything you want to add, it's fine because I've liked everything you've done. That's why I don't want to stop you.
Aha.
Oh, okay. You could add purple if you want,
Well,
but
no, I'm not asking you just about this particular painting. What we've talked about you've talked about many things, and
I
you
know, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
why would you apologize? It's your
Well,
time.
I kind of was relating to you being Jewish because I love Israel and I have Jewish ancestry. But we could put, I don't know. You could put, you want me to suggest?
What I want is for you to make use of this time that we have together
Yeah.
in a way that serves you the most.
Yeah. I like the light. I like this because, like this generates, because I was just so strongly attracted and drawn and fixated on Impressionism, which is kind of what you do. It's spots of light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed that with the first painting that I saw, because and that's projecting from your soul what you believe about the world. And
Yeah.
that's what, these Zoroastrians believed, they
Sure.
believed in light overcomes darkness.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
they were the ones who allowed Jeremiah to rebuild the temple.
In a way,
Because they
yeah.
believe not in, just, making them bow down to their God. I mean, that was Darius. He was enlightened because he believed in the light.
Cyrus.
Cyrus, that's right. Cyrus. Darius. Wait, wasn't it Darius?
No, it was Cyrus.
Hold it, hold it.
Darius is the guy who invaded Greece
Wait a
and
second,
was
wait a second.
the
Wasn't
first.
Darius a Persian?
Yes, yes, they've been around for a long time, those Persians.
Okay, but how did he invent Greece?
Cyrus, he overtook the Assyrians, and he created a huge empire. And then after him came a guy named Xerxes, and
Right, right. That was the Esther story.
then he Xerxes, yeah, yeah. You know what Xerxes is in Hebrew?
What does it mean?
Achashverosh. That's how it is pronounced in Hebrew. Not like the Greeks. It's more like the real origin of Persian. Achashverosh.
Wow.
Um, so um, then then Darius was the one Alexander the Great invaded. So uh,
In other words, but Darius, in other words, who allowed, wasn't it Darius who
no,
allowed,
it was Cyrus.
it was Cyrus who allowed them to go back to their country
Yes,
and
yes,
rebuild the temple?
yes.
Thank you. I'm glad you corrected me.
In Hebrew, Koresh.
Yeah, that was very big of him for.
Well, that was his approach to conquering other people. That he, instead of just destroying them like the Assyrians, he wanted them to prosper, and then he would take a percentage. A different approach. He was very tolerant. That was an interesting feller. So now that we're going to complete this,
Okay.
is there something more that you would feel excited about doing on this theme?
Yeah. Let me take a look. You pull it back so I can see it more generally. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Um,
this
because
and
you
there's
know what it is? It's wow. I think you can see, this looks like, oh, sorry. Oh, gosh. This looks like a war is going on, and the darkness is trying to take over the light, and the
yeah,
light stopped it. See, that's what I like about it. The
yeah.
light stopped it. And
Mhm.
so the other one is it was the absence of darkness is pure light.
Yeah, this is what light can do when there is no darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as much of a contrast,
Yeah.
but there's more light.
Yes. Yeah.
So are you the one who gives off light?
Yeah. Well, what I tend in within my own heart and soul is to ask God to give me light so that I can I can give light to other people. Because if God's light isn't in me, I'm just going to be in the darkness. That's all there is to it. I mean, you know. So that's how I think of myself, that there's the light of God has to come through me for other people. You know,
How can I help you?
how can you help me? I mean, you're just a nice person, and um how can you help? I mean, it's a way. I just like your whole approach to life. I think it's very good.
So
And,
here's what I will send you um, my of the recording of my event about courage for my 70th
okay, I would love to
birthday
see
and
that.
for the
Yeah.
veterans. and I want you to contact me so we can talk about that.
Okay, I will.
Um, uh, and you're
Oh,
always invited. You're always invited for these Tuesday events.
well, thank you. This has been a pure joy, and if you send me this link so I can see it, I'll be very happy. Whatever you do.
So, are you asking for the recording?
Yeah, afterwards, because I'm interested to see what you'll say, like you did with the Way of the Cross.
Yes, 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 yes. Very interesting. Gene, you are quite a live wire.
I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was interesting to hear what you had to say in that group. And you noticed as soon as you said the the Aaronic blessing in Hebrew, they really
Yeah,
felt the power of God. They felt
yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
That
So
was very beautiful. See?
and so that was it was an addition that I came on Sunday on Monday.
No, it was really good because they were automatically struck by it. They couldn't deny it because they have great sensitivity in the spirit. They knew God spoke to you. See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was good. Now you didn't believe everything they believed, but they knew that God spoke to you. See? And that moved them.
We'll never agree. So the most important thing is, do we receive light and give off light, right?
Yeah. And
That's
where do you think light comes from? The light within you. It comes from, do you believe it comes from God?
I don't have clear experiences of God the way you speak. And I have tried my whole life and been among people who are godly and practiced rituals. And Jerusalem's a good place to look for God, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's incredible. It's
Um,
incredible.
I think I remain a person who is confused in the sense that I don't have, or I won't say confused. I am aware that the reality is much bigger than I can contain. And so I don't have theology. Was Jesus the Messiah? Will there be another Messiah? Is the Bible absolutely true? All those kinds of things I leave for others to argue about. But what I know deeply is I know light when I see it. I know when I am in the presence of people who seek to create life and recognize the sanctity of life
Mm. Yeah.
and come from love.
Yeah.
And so that to me is what, if we talk about God, I think there is, it's a useful term to call it God, but
Yeah.
um, I prefer to seek out light, and wherever I find it, I'm blind to cultural definitions and theology, and I don't argue with anyone, because when you have a truth, it's not something to argue about. If you feel Jesus is the Messiah, um, why would I want to dispute that with you? As long as you are producing light, what do I care? I I it's not just that Jesus was a rabbi. I what did he say that I don't believe that he was the Messiah, and I'm not sure if all the people who now are certain about what he said, there was no one around. The Gospels are not written by people who were there. So um, I think we as human beings are always in a state of uncertainty with respect to history. We don't know what happened. And so then there's all the list of beliefs. And when a person has an experience, when you saw the video of how those three people, they weren't trying to prove.
No.
They felt it and they
They
believed.
had an experience.
Right. And so
Yeah.
I honor their experience because there's nothing in their experience that is offensive to me, as long as it produces light. You know?
And so when they talk to you, like you said, you go to the gym with them, are they always trying to tell you about Jesus?
They don't try to tell me about Jesus. They are telling me about Jesus.
And see, because they believe that Jesus is the light.
I have friends who tell me, you really have to believe in Jesus, otherwise you're going to hell. And I ignore that, because if that's what they believe and they love me and want me to go to heaven,
Of course they do. Of course they do.
but that is basic to being human, that we are not in agreement in many things, and still we must live together and love together. And if we can just focus on how beautiful it is to live together, when we just look at the light that comes out of people, I don't need you to agree with me. I'm happy if you give off light.
Yeah.
What do I care? What energy is it? I mean, it's an achievement for a person to actually live as love, right? And good intention. And
well, only God is perfect love. I mean, I know, look, you're a person with a great deal of depth and love of other people. But there's a reason why all these Christians are telling you this, you see, because it's like, it's not just that they don't want you to go to hell. It's like they want you to feel the love they feel. Do you feel the love of God in the Hebrew in your Hebrew faith?
That's a very interesting question. So I know many religious Jews feel that God loves them.
Oh, yeah.
I know many Christians who feels that God loves them.
Oh, yes.
And I don't feel that.
But see, that's what they want you to have, the love of God.
Listen, if you had a mother.
Oh, yes.
And she wanted you sometimes to eat this because it's good for you, or she wanted you to study it for a certain there are things that you really wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And do you have children?
I don't know.
Okay, but you are very experienced, and you know that parents have very little control ultimately.
Totally.
Right? And so
exactly.
And so I don't impose on my children anything. I can say what I prefer, but I realize that's their life. And so, in the same way, you can believe, my son used to laugh. People ask me, what's your belief? And I say, you can believe whatever you want, just don't kill me. I am not, you can't impose on another person as long as we aren't harming one another.
Well,
I don't see any reason to dispute. In the Christian, look, we all want to be right? That's basic to being a human being. I'm right, you're wrong. And I gave up on that.
Well, I was just curious. What are your children? Were they brought up in the Jewish faith?
Oh, yeah, they've been brought up Jewish, and I think all of them are secular.
Oh, so
And
in other words, they had it in their background, but they
whoa, listen. We observed they went to Jewish schools and now they
uh-huh.
live in Israel. So that's not even a question. But I see in your world, as I
Mhm.
experience it,
Yeah.
you have this belief and you're certain. And it has, you've got the Trinity and you've got the hell and you've got heaven and you've got resurrection and you've got the, and if you were the state Catholic, then you have the transubstantiation.
Right, right.
You know, I mean, all these things.
Transubstantiation.
And I'll tell you, in Jewish life, you also have all sorts of things that are supposed to do this, that, and the other.
I know it. Yeah.
And what I take from my Jewish tradition
Uh-huh.
is its deep
Oh, very deep.
love of life and
Yes.
wisdom in pursuing that. And in Jewish tradition, there is the end of days. There
Oh,
is
yeah.
the
Oh,
idea
yeah.
of
Jacob's
Messiah,
time of trouble.
and
Sure.
there's the idea of divine punishment, and
Hmm.
so I don't have answers the way you do. Like
Well, see,
there's
this is what I want to say.
so much injustice. There's so
Oh,
much
terrible.
contradiction, and so I don't have an answer for all of these things. And
But you are looking because you do these paintings and you go out and you meet people from all different kinds of religious beliefs,
yeah,
and you're having a huge influx of Christians in your life. You go to these conventions, and it's a fascinating thing because I go on Harvard Hillel. Those people love, what touches me to the core, it grips me when they bring the scroll around and they touch
oh
it.
yeah, that's
They
something.
love God so much. It just throws me, and I go, oh my gosh, they're touching it because they know it's God.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gene,
Yeah,
have you enjoyed this time together?
I really have. I
So
really
then,
have.
so
And
let's
I
see
thank God for it.
how beautiful. So
Absolutely.
I am grateful for the love that comes out of you, and I will send you the link
Okay.
to my event,
Hmm.
and then let's talk after that and
Oh,
see
sure, sure.
how can we help each other.
Yeah, and if you just glance at the book and then see all these people got together who became Christians from all these different backgrounds in the
Yeah.
panel discussion, some of them very, very hedonistic and self-destructive lifestyles, and so bringing those stories together in the book and in the panel discussion, it was a very moving experience, and I think you get a kick out of it. People loved you. They really enjoyed seeing you. You should come back there anytime. And I'm glad.
Really?
I'm glad. Yeah, you would love Rabbi Jim. I mean, he does a Zoom meeting at 7 a.m.
Are you
I could.
talking about Rabbi Jim, or are you talking where I was last Monday?
That was 12D. No,
No,
do you know
12 feet.
Rabbi Jim from Harvard Hillel? He's a wonderful guy. Do you know him?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh, you should come on. I'll send you the link.
Send
The
me the
guy
link.
is wonderful. And he's so down to earth and real, and just as the war began, he's up there and these Israeli kids come in right in the middle of the service. It would be like interrupting the Pope when he's
Yeah.
giving communion. He said his response, because they have all these little discussions in the minyan. He said, I would like to see a peaceful approach. This kid shot back. Do you have any idea what they've been doing to us?
Yeah.
And he accepted it because he knew, you know, he had, he knew how the pain that they've gone through. You would adore him. Let me send that to you. I mean,
Okay.
he sends me every Friday night the Zoom link it's 7 in the morning. You may not get, no, it's 7 my time. I get on at 7. It's 10, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 o'clock your time. I'll send you the link. It's just so beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
All right, darling. I love you. I'm gonna go.
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's been a
Talk to you
pleasure.
later.
Bye.